Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Melissa.
And today we're going to do our first pickup video of 2023.
What do you say? What do you say?
We went to an expo.
Ooh.
The SideQuest, I don't know if they put games in it, SideQuest Game Expo or SideQuest Expo. It used to be the Northwest Classic Gaming Enthusiasts Portland Retro Gaming Expo Swap Meet, but it's been taken over by new management. And they are growing this show. It was a 2-day show.
2 days, 2 rooms.
2 rooms, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
2 days, 2 rooms. We only went to 1 day, 2 rooms, but
correct.
1 day.
We got it all done in 1 day.
Yeah.
Now, although then we found out we were watching somebody's video, and there's like different vendors on the second
John's,
day.
yeah.
With the John Riggs, yeah. So there were different vendors on the second day, so it was kind of like,
we missed some good stuff. Anyway, we got some good stuff too, and so we thought we would share it.
Would you say this is kind of light though for?
Well, yeah, you know, you and I were arguing about that, and you were saying that we spend this much money, and I said I don't think we spend that much on average at this show, and so in terms of money, this is sort of towards the top.
Okay.
But in terms of pickups numbers, I don't know. And it's because there are a couple items here that were a little pricier. We normally don't spend a lot at Swap Meet.
We don't, no.
And we didn't really, well, I just said we did a little bit this year, but it doesn't feel like we got a lot of stuff. So maybe we went for quality. You'll have to be the judge.
I don't even remember what we did last year. I think last year we barely got.
We got very little.
Yes.
There's a video of it. We should check it out.
Okay.
All right. But like most expos, I am going to start with the manuals. And we did look at manuals, but we didn't end up buying a whole lot.
There weren't a lot of tables with manuals.
No.
I feel like there's been more manuals at more tables in years past.
Yeah.
We've spent a lot of time with manuals.
We spent a lot of time.
Because it's not as big as PRGE, so we can spend more time on manuals.
Looking at the manuals, yeah. But we did get 2, both from the same place. And one of them is for a game I already have to complete to my, I don't need the box. That's G-Lock Air Battle for the Game Gear.
Have you played that game?
No. I have it for the Genesis too, as well. But I got to complete it because I do have the game. And then the other manual we got, which I'm like, I should just grab this because I happen to have a loose Sega Saturn. I bought the Sega Saturn console manual. Now this is, I'm just noticing now, this is the version 1 of the console, and I have version 2.
Oh no.
But I have a Sega Saturn manual and a loose Sega Saturn, so it's good enough. I like having this kind of stuff. So grab those 2 manuals. And then I wanted you to do this stuff
I'll do these
now.
So we always try to get the girls a little something, right?
Because they're neglected for the entire...
Yes.
They stayed home. They're old enough to stay home now.
Gosh, when we used to bring them.
I know. I was watching our old video, like our first video of it, and we had babysitters, and we had to bring them with, and they were little toddlers. Now they're old enough to stay home. Okay, go ahead.
So we were actually at our friend Doc Ness, his table, and he had stickers, binders of stickers, and the kids love Animal Crossing, so
like their mother.
Yes. So our oldest wanted Daisy May, and our middleest wanted Leaf, and our youngest just wanted the girl with a net. So.
She said girl with a net?
Well, I mean,
Does she have a name?
Well, no, it's your kid. It's like...
Oh, it's your character?
Yeah,
okay.
It's like the person, you know.
Okay.
So,
that's
got
all
those
I need
for
to
the
know.
little girls. For our little girls.
Cool.
Who are no longer little.
Great. Oh, and then this one...
Oh, yeah.
I did here because this is almost a manual.
That's right.
Spy Hunter for the original Xbox. I bought this because I needed the manual.
You just needed the manual.
And it was like, we got it for $2.
$2.
And I'm like, well, I'll just pay $2 and get a whole new copy and get the manual. And then I'll give away, maybe I'll give away the other copy, which I looked up, I paid $1 for at like the first swap meet we went to in 2014.
Really?
It must have been in a bin or something. I paid $1 for it. It didn't have a manual, so maybe I'll just give that to somebody.
I can't believe you bought a game without a manual.
It was $1.
Yeah,
I probably bought it for the case.
Yeah.
This is in pretty good shape. So now I have a complete Spy Hunter for Xbox. Woohoo! Okay. And then I did. This is we bought, these are the first games we bought, not all of these, but the first games we bought were these Xbox Platinum hits. Because at PRGE I decided it'll be fun to collect those. And then I was looking around, and it was fun when they were a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
They were more than a couple of bucks, except we did find some good deals on a few.
Yeah.
So I grabbed some that I thought were pretty good deals. Starting with, alphabetically, Project Gotham Racing 2.
Okay.
I have Project Gotham Racing and Gotham Racing 2. And I have Project Gotham Racing Platinum, and now I have PGR2 Platinum. Okay,
Alright.
great. So this is a duplicate. I have this game already, non-platinum. This one's new. I don't have this game. Well, I have it on the GameCube, but I don't have it on the Xbox. Spider-Man.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Here's another one I've actually wanted for a while and don't have until now. Simpsons Road Rage. I have the other one, Hit and Run, on the PlayStation 2. But I think it might be time to consolidate the Simpsons games to Xbox. I don't know if the other one is a Platinum Hits, but I'll be on the lookout for it.
Do you know how many platinum hits there are?
No, I've been meaning to look it up.
Okay.
I've been meaning to look it up. I was just going to start with the games that were a couple of bucks. So now I'm going to be getting into ones that aren't a couple of bucks. Okay, here's another one. There's probably thousands of these Tom Clancy games as Platinum Hits, but this was one that was pretty reasonably priced. This is a duplicate, Ghost Recon. And then I actually don't have these alphabetical because I put the good stuff at the bottom. Okay. And then finally, a game I don't have at all. I don't even know if you can still play this. It might require Xbox Live. Unreal Championship.
There were a lot of... This game I saw a lot of.
Probably because
this platinum hits one.
Probably because it's dead.
Or it's dead.
It's dead. All right. So there's a couple of good ones here. I think. Star Wars Battlefront. This is a duplicate. I have this already. Black label. What? Star Wars is awesome. I love these games. The Battlefront games were really fun. Battlefront 2.
If you have one, you gotta have two.
And Knights of the Old Republic. Awesome. And I think they had Knights of the Old Republic 2, but I didn't like the condition of any of them. So that'll have to be for next time. So I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new Platinum Hits games to my ridiculous collection of Xbox Platinum Hits. I don't know why I'm collecting these. Yeah, my subset. I don't know why I'm collecting these. I'm not collecting greatest hits for PS2, but this seemed like a fun subset. I don't know why. All right. And then, moving on.
We have to have Atari games.
I always looked for Atari games. And we found 4. And I think every single one of them is actually a Telegames.
Ooh.
So, I couldn't believe I didn't have this one.
You looked it up.
Tank Plus. This is Combat. There's so many versions of Combat out there. I couldn't believe I didn't have the Telegames version, Tank Plus. Text label. Good shape. Pretty cool. And then this one I saw, I said, oh, I got to grab this one. I saw it. A picture label, Outer Space.
Is that the first one you got? I feel like
at the expo? Maybe. I think I bought these 2 together.
Okay.
And I bought them with some of these Platinum Hits games. Outer Space for Telegames. Picture label. I forget what this one is called. Space War. Space something on the Atari. But it is called Outer Space for Telegames. So I'm just collecting these little Telegames variants. And then the last 2 we found, which I missed the first pass, came around again and said, whoa, wait a minute. These are picture label Telegames that are really reasonably priced. Chase, which is surround.
Okay.
And
Yar's Revenge.
Yar's Revenge.
But it's a picture.
Picture label.
The other one.
I don't think this one comes with a text label for Telegames. What were you going to say? Were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say you have one that's signed.
Oh, I have one signed by Howard Scott Warshaw, but that's the Atari version.
Right.
This is the Telegames version. So, glad to add some Telegames variants to the Atari collection. That's always fun. And they were a really good price, so that was fun. Didn't pull the trigger on any other Atari games.
There was one you wanted, but it was a little
I can't get used to the new... Last year, I think I lamented that the average Atari price, or the minimum Atari price, seemed to be $3. This year, some of these were 3. These were 3. But it seemed like the average was 5. And it's like, 5? I'm just collecting these things for fun, man, just to put on a shelf. I play them sometimes, but mostly the variants I'm just collecting for fun. $5? Nah. Can't do that. That's not fun. All right, that's not fun for me. All right. And then there were, okay, so then I saw a vendor it's the vendor that we bought the Sega Master System 3D Sega Scope from. I had bought some ColecoVision games from that vendor at PRGE, and it took me a minute, and I'm like, wait, that's the same vendor. And I saw they had some of this ColecoVision games that I didn't buy at PRGE. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to buy them this time. And one of them is a game that I have the manual for, and I've been looking for a while. Plus, I've been watching the movies, which is really unrelated. Rocky. Super Action Boxing. So this is a game that uses the special hand grip with the buttons and the special overlays. The Super Action controllers is what they're called. Super Action Boxing, Rocky. I've got the manual for this. I don't have the overlays. And then two somewhat heavier hitters. I'll do this one first because it's in my hand. Star Wars, the arcade game.
Another Star Wars game.
Boy, I did a lot of Star Wars for ColecoVision. I have this for the 5200. And I love buying the games for the different systems all the time. I love comparing the ColecoVision and the 5200 versions. So, Star Wars Arcade. I think this is our friend Duke's, one of his favorite games. Not on ColecoVision, just generally. And then speaking of comparing versions, Pitfall 2 for the ColecoVision. I have the 5200 version, I think, and the Atari 2600. And so now I have the ColecoVision version. It looks great. It plays great. It's awesome. They all worked. Played them out, tested them out. Good stuff. Good times. I love playing, well, not always playing, but collecting ColecoVision games. Okay, but the big thing was I was looking for two big things. Some Dreamcast games, which I didn't find any, and Genesis games, which there were some of, but none that I was exactly looking for, except for one that had been on my wish list for a really long time. It's one of the earlier releases. It's been on my wish list. I almost never see it. I saw, how many copies did we see? Two or three? Two? One of them didn't have the manual.
One without the manual, and then this one. I thought that was it.
This one was with the manual. And I'm like, I don't know. I looked at it. There's a little bit of scuffing at the bottom. I'm not really sure. And then I said, well, you know what? I hardly ever see this. And
we weren't really finding.
I wasn't really finding a whole lot of stuff. And so I'm like, well, okay. Well, so I said to you, I said, well, if you want to negotiate it, because I thought you were being more aggressive than I could be. If you want to negotiate it, go for it. And if you can get it for this, then we'll take it.
So I did. So I said, well, will you take this? It was like 20%.
20%, yeah.
20% less or something. He's like, nah, and he went up $5, and I said, okay, sold.
Okay. And what is it?
It is.
We haven't even shown it yet.
Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy for the Genesis.
For all those who know.
About Dick Tracy?
Yes.
Yeah. So, the thing is I have this game for the Sega Master System, and I always thought of it as a Genesis game. And back in the early life of the Genesis, it must be 1990, maybe 1989, but I think 1990. This game came out, and I knew about it from Sega Visions. This says 1990 from Sega Visions magazine, and it's always kind of been on my list because I knew about it way back in 1990 as one of the first or earlier releases. So I've had it on my wish list for a while. So I grabbed it, and it's in really nice shape, except for a little bit of scuffing at the back.
The little scuffing that you can't see once you put it on the shelf.
I'm going to put it on a shelf and never remember.
And it has the manual.
It's got the manual.
And we got it for less than the guy who wanted their copy without the manual.
Oh, we did?
So, yeah.
We got it for less than the... Yeah, but that guy probably negotiated down too. Yeah. So, thank you for negotiating for me a copy of Dick Tracy. So that was fun.
That's what I do.
That is what... Yeah. Well, you're going to do it. You're going to be my negotiator going forward because you are better at it than I am. Yeah. All right. So that was our 2023 SideQuest Games pickup video.
Yep.
Anything else?
The little swap meet that we do. It's usually in January. But they had it this year in March, so that's what we did.
We saw a bunch of locals there. That was fun. It was always good to say hi to people.
Yep.
And we got some good games, and we spent a fun Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
And we got Taco Bell after.
Taco Bell on the way home.
So that was good times.
Always a great way to round out the day.
So yeah, I've got some Xbox games to play. I got some Genesis games. I got all kinds of good stuff to check out.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see. See if we get anything else this year.
Yeah, this year. We're looking forward to PRGE. Yep. That's 6 months away.
Yep.
7 months.
That might be our next pickup video. So,
Yeah,
we'll see.
let's hope not. I hope not. All right, that's
All right.
it.
If you enjoyed the video, like us and subscribe.